Hey guys, welcome to Creativity Level Zero. I'm Jim.
I'm Steve.
Thanks for joining. All right, so this this is our second episode. So thank you everybody for sticking through the first one. I know it was painful, but now we're on
Was
number
it?
two. Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to be talking down. The
Oh
heck?
well. Yeah. Well, we're doing well here. I would say that for two tech nerds like myself and you, it only takes us a few hours to get webcams set up and videos recorded and everything.
what would you rate us out of 10?
Oof. Is 10 the best?
Yeah, typically.
Okay,
That's
okay.
that's typically how
10,
it works.
10's the best. Okay, I would say in my head, I was sitting at a cool 8 or 9. I was kind of like,
Okay.
I
Pretty
got
good.
this. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
In practice, we were like a 4. Like I wouldn't call
Room
me.
for improvement. That's what we
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
we gotta say it. That's how we gotta word
And this is
it.
also still lockdown. We're still in lockdown. I should have put like an image for lockdown because we're still locked down here.
Lockdown from what? In case people are hearing
Oh,
from the beach.
that's right. COVID-19. It's
No,
still
COVID-19.
it's still everywhere with not slowing down.
Yeah,
So,
we're April 13th, 2020.
oh,
Still
that's
in
right.
lockdown.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and eventually, whenever this is over, we'll have to do a show in person. So we'll do like, one where we're sitting next to each other rather than this webcam fiasco we have set up here.
What if you still have some remnant COVID on you? Does that
I
affect us?
don't know. Then it'll be this weird thing where like I'll give it to you, you'll get sick, but then it could mutate and you could give it back to me as COVID-20.
COVID. Oh, it should be called COVID-20 at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so this week we're actually also recording on a Monday because this week was a holiday weekend. Um, but overall, like you and I are both lucky. We still, we're able to work during the week and everything. I
That's right.
really wanted to eat out this week, and I didn't. I, s-
Wow.
I
Props
know.
to you.
So I had this cycle of fear in my head where I was like, I'll just go there and get the takeout. And then I was like, oh, but the guy who has the bag could have COVID. Are you gonna sanitize the bag? And I was like, oh, then wash my
See,
hand.
for me, it's the It's not the guy handling that I'm most afraid of. It's the people cooking.
Oh yeah.
They're already. I just tolerate that it's gonna be pretty unsanitary whatever I eat. Somebody's gonna like sneeze, and then he's just gonna immediately grab some French fries out of
It's
the like fryer.
it sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I mean, I
Yeah.
did work at McDonald's.
Yeah, so in a prior life, we both actually worked at McDonald's together, which
That's
I
right.
think
That's
in
right.
and of
How
itself,
long has it been?
ooh, I want to say we were at that age where you couldn't get a job at a real place. You had to get a job at a place that allows minors to work.
I
And
feel like that's still my case. I still can't get a
and I remember when we were looking at jobs, McDonald's was like, "Oh yeah, you're like 14? Sure, you can work here. Just have your principal sign the paper saying you're not a slave." And so I want to say we were somewhere around 14 or 15, maybe 16, because we could
Right.
drive at 17, and we were definitely getting driven to McDonald's for quite some time.
McDonald's promoting child labor laws for 50 years.
And we could change that slogan if you're a sponsor. So that's free on us.
That's right. That's right.
But we did work at McDonald's, and that's actually where some of the underlying fear probably comes from for me too. Like, so subconsciously is we worked there, we made those sandwiches, and we also touched a lot of other stuff there. So with the same gloves, and I would consider us average intelligence. So if there's
Okay.
someone below average, they may be touching things that even we didn't want to touch, and then making food. Yeah.
What was your favorite experience while
Oh,
working at
favorite.
McDonald's?
Positive or negative?
It's most memorable.
Most
Let's
memorable.
reword it.
Okay, most memorable. I'll give a positive one because McDonald's was fun working when we were that age. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
cool stories.
Yeah.
A positive one. It's also a negative one at the same time, I guess.
As in all things McDonald's.
Goes in positive, comes out negative.
That's
Very
right.
McDonald's. That's how my thought happened. It came in positive. I was like, this is a good idea. As I'm thinking through it, I'm
Wait,
like,
is it?
this is really, as I'm digesting this is, it was a winter and it was a blizzard. And I remember, so the way it worked at McDonald's, for those who haven't worked at McDonald's before or something like that, back then you would get a schedule. So every week there'd be a schedule on the wall, and it would be like, here's the hours and days you're working, and then you would meet up with the other coworkers and you would swap hours. So I could be like, hey Steve, I'm working Tuesday. Do you want to work Tuesday? I'll work Saturday, whatever, right? That's the gist of it. When they were short-staffed, they would then call, like the people who aren't staffed and say, do you want to come in?
Wait. I just want to mention that this sounds sort of like an underground market where you're like buying and selling different days working at
For
McDonald's.
14 and 15-year-olds? Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, and they don't know better. Yep. Yeah,
What
and
else
so
is the trade other than scheduling hours and homework?
and yes, and they would also trade food. So they'd be like,
that's
"Oh,
right.
if you come in, I'll give you a free meal." Which
Oh.
if you worked shorter hours, you didn't always get a free meal.
That's true. That's true.
But just as an FYI, for whenever they called me and I wasn't working, it was always, "Hey Jim, you want to work?" Definitely not. There's no way you could get me in that door. So I never took extra hours.
Even with the extra food, if they incentivize with extra
I think there were a few times where I swapped days, where like they'd be like, if you come in on Saturday, you don't have to come in on Monday and Tuesday or something like that. I would do.
food. Okay.
So anyway,
What was memorable about?
okay. So anyway, I was scheduled to work on like whatever day, and
Okay.
it was a blizzard. I'm talking like a blizzard, and
Alright.
I called the McDonald's in the morning, and I spoke to whoever was the manager there, and I was like, we're not working today, right? And they were like, no, we're working today. Come on in. And I looked outside and I was like, literally the plows haven't come. Like there's no way I could even get my car. They're like, well, look, just get here as fast as you can. The owner of the store is coming today. And at the time we didn't.
Owner of the store.
Yeah, owner of the
decided
store.
to go visit
Mm-hmm.
during the blizzard.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I made it there in the blizzard. My mom drove me and yelled at me the whole way, like about responsibility, because I just wasn't gonna go. I was just
Right.
like, "There's a blizzard outside. We're making $5
I
an
thought she'd
hour."
be yelling at you for the opposite reason. Like, what are you doing?
Oh well, she was driving.
You?
She's driving.
Right.
Mothers
Yeah.
are expert for people who don't know. Mothers are expert drivers. They can never make mistakes
Sorry,
on the
Mom.
road. So yeah, we get there, right? And the manager is like, "I'm so glad you showed up. It's just you, me, and the owner." And I was like, "No problem. There's a blizzard. No one's gonna order
No one's-
McDonald's."
Yeah, no one's gonna go.
But the funniest part was people came. And not only did people come, people walked to McDonald's. And I remember
Walked
in the blizzard, and I remember talking to one of them and just being like, "Why did you come?"
I didn't even know there was a sidewalk at the.
There
McDonald's
isn't.
we
Not
worked.
by the one we worked
How
at. There wasn't
how
even a
did-
sidewalk.
I didn't even walk there.
It was a sort of an urban area where we were. It was like it was denser. It wasn't like a city, but it was denser. There's a Pizza Hut
Right.
next door to us and everything.
And there was like a major road.
Yeah,
in front of it.
yeah.
So there was no room
No
for
sidewalk.
sidewalks.
No.
Yeah.
But I said that's memorable is because not only did I go, I got to meet the owner who made me realize what kind of people own McDonald's. And they're
Okay,
people
is
who
that a good
definitely
thing?
don't eat McDonald's. He didn't eat anything. And he was very careful about, like, I don't want this, I don't want that, health this, health that. He wanted it healthy.
Right.
I also got to work with the manager, so we got to do everything at the same time. And if you remember, that means like you wear the headset and you do the register and you cook the food. And maybe that's kind of why I remember this story when you asked, because I use the same gloves to do everything all at the same time. So
No.
maybe that's where it's coming from. And it also made me realize that like people will do anything for McDonald's, and I mean anything. So
That's true.
Blizzard be damned.
Blizzard be damned.
Yeah. So what about you? What was your most memorable there?
My most memorable there was definitely you were there for it. That night where we closed.
Is this
And
milkshake story?
No, not the milkshake story.
Oh.
It's also a good story.
Oh,
that
man.
that story entails that I was just manning the
But don't
register.
tell the story unless you're going to tell the story. You
I'm
should
gonna tell the story.
Okay.
Well, are you saying that I'm not doing a good
I don't
job
want you.
already? I just started it.
I want you to give this story justice because I was there and I saw the ramifications of the story.
Well, I was at the front register. Now, behind the register is the milk shake machine.
Wait, let's stop right there for a quick second
Uh
and remind people that at McDonald's they're called shakes, not milkshake, because they're not made with real milk,
huh.
which is something you'd learn if you worked at McDonald's.
Some sort of cream mixture goes inside at the top. It then goes through the machine and freezes it and comes out in a nice little swirl. If you're good at it.
Yeah.
But somehow the milkshake, like typical McDonald's fashion, milkshake machine was down, and the manager and some random dude, I forget if it was if he also worked there or if it was just like the repairman or something, they were fidgeting with this milkshake machine as I was making an order, and Jim was there too, and I think he was running to get some food from the kitchen. All of a sudden, the entire milkshake machine explodes. The manager and the repairman that were in the process of cleaning it were literally covered in white liquid.
So to give people an example of how big this explosion was, imagine a pot of pasta that you're boiling, right? All right, it's just filled up, and then you just drop something in, because the top of these machines,
like a big bowling ball in, and then just a big splatter,
ceiling,
all over the place.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I guess something was clogging up, and there was a lot of pressure being built up. They finally released that pressure, and it just exploded.
We've all been there.
And there was milk all over the ceiling. The two people that were fixing it were completely drenched in milk. I said it was behind the register, but there's enough space for like 4 or 5 people behind there. And then I was completely covered in milk. But somehow Jim, who was right there, was on the other side of the room. He had these crazy reaction times.
I saw the impending disaster. I worked at this McDonald's long enough to know the sounds it was making were not good. They were not good. It was like metal on metal, like when a ship rubs against another ship. It's like eek-a-tsh. And I had to just
what? That's the sound a ship makes when it rubs against another ship.
No, they go like an eek. That was the milkshake exploding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that wasn't your favorite one. What was your favorite memory?
No, my favorite one was when we were closing, and it's equally memorable. So, while
should back up too.
So, when you're grilling, after you put some patties on there, there's leftover grease, and you take this scraper,
God.
you scrape the grease, and you put it into this bucket. Okay, and a few times during the day, and especially late at night when you're closing, you got to empty that grease bucket. And there is somehow this giant...
How big is the grease bucket, by the way?
It's probably like 20 gallons.
Yeah, it's big. And like, how heavy is it when it's filled with grease?
So 20 gallons of water is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Now imagine 20 gallons of grease, which is even heavier than water. It was very heavy.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the night, you have to take it. And I just remember I asked, it was my first time doing it. Where do I put it? Oh, there's like this grease garbage, like compost area where you just throw it in and the grease just accumulates in there. And I guess they empty it out every.
So for a sizing perspective, this grease bucket was big, like you said, 20 gallons. And the garbage pail that you put it in is like an industrial size, like loader garbage thing.
Yeah, it's like the same size as like a dumpster.
Yeah.
Where you would put garbage in.
With a lid. With a lid.
With a lid, yeah. So, mind you, this was late at night because it was closing. So you could, and there was very minimal lighting back there.
As McDonald's is.
Right. So I opened the top to this grease canister.
Was I there for this?
Grease dumpster. You were definitely there. 'Cause you were helping me
Oh,
because I
yeah.
was like, I don't understand.
That's right. It was too heavy to lift. I think we
Yeah.
both had to lift it because it had to go over our heads to get in the dumpster.
Yeah, it was taller than us. this
Yeah,
dumpster.
yeah, this was
Or at
big.
least like at eye level.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Yeah, so we needed both of our helps to get it. And I just remember, so I couldn't see how full this grease dumpster was. And then I completely inversed this
Yeah.
grease bucket, and nothing was coming out. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. This thing feels so heavy still. How is it not working? So I start shaking it. You know, when grease starts getting cold, it starts to like solidify.
Congeals a little, yeah.
Congeals. And so it was just one solid clump. And just finally,
Ugh.
when I shook it enough and it released, it just all plopped into the grease dump
Oh god.
together. And just, I guess that grease dumpster was quite full because I immediately got splashed, sort of like that milkshake machine, all over my face with grease. And again, Jim was on the other side. And he just missed this whole explosion of grease.
And for those people who haven't been covered in grease, let me tell you just from standing next to Steve, it never comes out of the clothes. Ever. Ever.
You have to throw out those clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's the uniform.
It was the uniform. Dude, that uniform was so nasty because we would stand over oil cooking fries and it would just cover us. Just
Yes.
bathe us in oil fumes. Obviously, that's how we had all the acne.
I had that cologne. You know, the French fries.
You literally smelt like French fries, but kind of like old French fries. And the clothes, when you washed them, just smelt the same. And you'd put them on, and you'd be like, "I'm at McDonald's."
Yeah, as Jim was saying, already high school, you have problems enough with acne.
Oh yeah.
Now, getting a bunch of grease on your face, that's it.
Oh my god.
I was like, the next day I was breaking out all over the place. It was awful.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But that was my most memorable. Definitely, it was a funny
Oh, yeah.
experience, but it was bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
McDonald's fan. The good with the bad.
Yeah. I kind of wonder, like, if you could go back and work. So we worked together at McDonald's, and we've also worked at different places. But if you could go back, would you pick McDonald's again, or would you pick a different fast food chain that you've eaten at / been to work
No,
at?
I definitely. It's weird to say, but McDonald's. When you picture American fast, everyone pictures McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
So you had to work at the quintessential fast food joint. McDonald's would be the place. So at least I get to put somewhere in my life I worked at the quintessential American fast food.
We lived the American dream.
Which is McDonald's. American dream.
That's
right
what we
there.
lived it. We took to kids in high school $5 an hour.
Steaks and all.
Yeah, we got free food. We
Free
got
small meals.
free small. That's right. Free small meals. You know, because when you're in high school, you eat a lot, and they would limit the types of orders you can get, and so they would be like, "Okay, you can have any meal you want," and you'd be like, "Oh, give me the number 7 crispy chicken sandwich." Oh, can't have that one. You can have the number 6 McChicken sandwich meal, and you're like, "But that's not real chicken," and they're like, "Well, that's why you can have
Not
it."
real chicken.
That's the processed one. That's the one that's all
Yeah.
ground up, and it's a chicken.
Right, that was a chicken patty, right?
It's a chicken
Yeah,
patty,
that-
yeah. With the texture, it's always a weird texture. Sometimes you bite it and it's soft. Sometimes it's hard.
Right.
Right. Whereas the chicken sandwich was chicken.
Right. That was like
Yeah.
the whole chicken breast.
Yeah. So I was actually wondering if we could go into this question I had for you, more of like an exercise. I was thinking we could do together. I didn't mean to go into McDonald's, but it literally segues right into it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I was looking up. Okay, so just to set the ground here, you and I both like fast food. Let's just make that publicly known. There's some people who I know who will say, fast food. I don't like that. That's unhealthy. And then they closet McDonald's. No, that's not us. All right, we're not closet fast food people.
Yeah, that's right. We're out in the open.
Out in the open. It's open. All right. You know, if we're passing a fast food place and I'm hungry, I'll say, yeah, let's get lunch. I'm not going to be someone who says, I'm so hungry and there's only Wendy's. Do you guys want to eat Wendy's today? It's like, of course. Why are you asking me? Right?
But if you had if right next to a Wendy's was a salad.
So you're getting to a salad place?
Yeah.
Oof. I'm trying to think of a time when I would go to the salad place.
So it wasn't like
So
you weren't debating about actually picking the salad. You were like, I need to find a scenario where I would
yeah, I think
consider picking the
yeah.
salad.
If there are some salads like I've had at like a Friendly's, or an Applebee's where they've done like an Oriental crispy chicken salad with like crispy chicken and cheese and lettuce, tomato
Right.
with like a tangy sauce.
Right. When we worked at McDonald's, I used to love people that would get that crispy Cobb salad because it had more calories than a double
I
cheeseburger.
know. I know. They're going on a diet. Give me the give me the blue cheese salad with eggs, bacon, and throw on a fried chicken on top of that. And you're like, what? Those salads were so unhealthy.
Yeah.
We also had
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say we also had those people who because so for those who haven't worked in fast food, you don't oftentimes get to if you talk on the headset to do the orders through drive-through, you don't always get to hand out the food. Sometimes you're just doing money or whatever. So and you don't always see them. So it's interesting to kind of think about like what type of person's ordering this kind of food. And it always throws me off when somebody gets like, "Oh, give me a double cheeseburger, supersized, Diet Coke," or like, "Give me the house salad with a vanilla milkshake." And you're kind of like, "Whoa, threw me for a loop there." What kind of are you someone who's like healthy but wants a treat, or are you unhealthy and you're trying to like be better by one step at a time?
Yeah, I think that's more the case, is that they're just like, I'm going to start thinking healthy and
Yes.
eating salads, but I'm still going to go to McDonald's. I'll just get the salad there
Yes.
and a Diet Coke, an extra large Diet Coke.
Yes. Yes. So there's one thing I noticed that fast food places don't do anymore that they did when we were around. So nowadays, like if you go to a Chick-fil-A or like Wendy's or wherever and you order a shake, they usually have sizes for the shakes. Maybe a medium and maybe a large. Or they could have a small, medium, maybe a small, medium, large. But the shakes have their own sizes, whereas the drinks have they have their own cups, and the drinks have their own sizes. But when we were at McDonald's, they shared the same sizes.
Yeah.
So filling up a supersized shake was daunting. It was like literally.
Not only was it daunting, it was heavy.
It was
I don't
like
know how heavy it was.
well,
It's that much
I
ice
think
cream.
it was 32 ounces of soda for supersize. I can't
Yeah.
remember something.
I don't remember.
We should probably Google it.
I feel like it was even bigger.
Yeah. I want to look it up right now.
64 ounces. I don't know.
All right, so all right, so it varies based on country, so I'm not going to look it up. But let's just say 32 ounces, right?
Sure.
And imagine that, which is like 2 pounds. Like imagine that as a milkshake. It was just
That's 2 pounds water.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is dairy.
32 ounces is a lot heavier when it's a milkshake.
Yeah. And this is just dairy. And so I distinctly to this day remember making a chocolate milkshake that was supersized and thinking to myself, you shouldn't be able to order a supersized meal and get this drink. Like it just shouldn't be allowed.
You feel like you're killing the person.
Yeah, and I noticed nowadays
I won't be seeing you again.
okay, first off, for those who haven't seen supersized anymore because they don't have the supersize, it was a two-handed drink. So like you handed it to someone
Most cup holders.
right, you'd hand it to someone
You had to
like
put it
this.
under, like, in their lap.
Yeah, yeah.
In their legs.
You couldn't grab it with one hand, so you were two-handing it to people. It was, yeah. And so I've noticed now that they do the different shake sizes. So like when I go to like Chick-fil-A, and I'm picking Chick-fil-A because that's where I get a milkshake, and I get a sandwich, they'll say, what size milkshake do you want? Like medium or large? And or maybe small and medium. They only have two sizes there, whatever the two sizes are. But it's
Right.
irrespective of your meal size. They're essentially saying, what size fries do you want? And what size milkshakes do you want?
Right.
So, yeah. All right, so what I wanted to bring up was, so I had this conversation actually with my family, but I figured they ain't fast food connoisseurs like you are. Not like us. It was like talking to people who, frankly, don't experience the highs and lows of fast food like we do.
I like how you have to throw in that southern twang. Talking about fast food, there ain't no food connoisseurs like us.
Maybe that's where they're born. I don't know. So what I wanted to do with you was I wanted to, between the two of us, go through just a few categories that I made of fast food restaurants and see if we could rank them. I only put like 2 or 3 in each category, and I only made a few categories of popular ones. But
Okay.
I wanted to see how we lined up because you and I do eat a lot of the same places, but that doesn't mean we have the same preferences.
Right.
So I'd be interested to see on what you like.
Okay. I just want to iterate, though, that I have very much favorite fast food joints, and things will be a little bit biased.
Look, we're getting it all out in the open. Look, if you're wrong, you're wrong. We'll lay it on the table.
I didn't know I was going to get judged so harshly for my decisions.
Well, I wanted to kind of understand why, too. Like there may be a secret to uncover here. Who knows?
Okay.
All right, so I put them into 3 different categories. I took out a few of them that I felt weren't truly fast food, like Five Guys, which I think in and of itself maybe is in a little bit of a different tier than some of the other
It's a
ones.
step up.
Yeah, and in
Chipotle,
the
Five
sense,
Guys.
right, and
Yeah.
they don't have drive-throughs here for Five Guys. Also, I took out ones like Jack in the Box, which are West Coast, and we don't really eat those. So I got 3 categories. I got the pizza category, we got the burger category, and then we
Okay.
got the miscellaneous rando Jim's favorites category. That's just
Okay.
a jumbling of what I thought didn't fit in the other 2, and I was like, but these are amazing places.
Oh,
Got
this is
to
going to
cover.
be good. This is going to be good.
All right, so which one do you want to start with first?
We'll just go in order.
Go in order? All right, we'll go with pizza first. All right,
Pizza.
so fast food pizza, your choices are original Domino's. It's been
Okay.
around since I can
You saying
remember.
original Domino's before they started making taste good?
Oh, that's true. You did break up? You did say it again because I think you broke up in the audio, but I did
Oh,
hear
I'm sorry. I was saying, when do you mean original Domino's? Are you saying before they started to actually make their crust?
it.
They,
So
they
I-
added that like garlic.
That's
seasoning
true.
or
That's true.
something
They
on it.
did step it up. I will say you can pick any time period for any of these fast food places. I
Okay,
almost
I'm gonna pick modern day. Then.
okay. I almost
I'll give Domino's its best chance.
okay.
Okay.
I almost said restaurant instead of fast food places. I don't want to give these guys too much credit.
Wrong impression.
Yeah. All right, so you got Domino's. So we're gonna rank them, the 2 of us, and then
Okay.
defend our choices.
So they're
So
ranking from like 1 to 5.
we'll
or
just
put them in order of best.
I was thinking of just doing order would be simplest.
Okay.
Because it'll be tough to do cross comparison. Like you can't compare Domino's to McDonald's in terms of menu because they're just so vastly different.
Okay.
All
okay.
right, so you got Domino's. Everyone's had Domino's. They're known for the 555 deal, which is now the 666 deal.
Oh, shit, times hard.
You got
It's my day. It was 555.
That's right. You got Papa John's, and I think due to some scandal, he's not even part of the company anymore. But
Oh, that's right.
but we got him, and we got the OG Pizza Hut, which is
Okay.
probably most kids' favorite when they first are introduced to fast food pizza. So I'll let you go first. Why don't you give me the
Okay.
order in which you think?
Best.
I'm gonna write them down here for the future, so we got it. Go
All
ahead.
right. Best pizza
Best one.
is Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. Oh my God.
Second, Papa John's, and last, even with their new fancy crust, is Domino's.
Okay, so we got literally a reverse order between the two of us.
You put Domino's first?
Domino's is
Well, okay.
Go ahead.
For most people think Pizza Hut is the worst pizza. But I have to say that Pizza Hut's dough, because they basically deep fry their dough, they put so much oil on there, it tastes
it's
so
oily. It's so oily.
Good. And then they have the quintessential, like it's nostalgic at this point. The Meat Lovers pizza.
They didn't look. Let's be honest. That was on TV for Pizza Hut first. I remember seeing it, Meat Lovers Pizza, and I was like, oh, that was my favorite at the time too.
Yeah.
And they also created the personal pan pizza, which was big.
That's right. And they created the stuffed crust pizza.
My personal favorite until I realized.
The garlic bread with the cheese on it. Oh, so good.
Okay, so that's why
we're not talking about garlic bread.
No, pizza. We're not.
Pizza
it's not.
Hut definitely has the worst sauce.
That's true. I actually forgot they had sauce on their pizza.
Yeah, exactly. But as long as you get plenty of toppings on there, the crust and the toppings just cover it all up, and it's the best pizza.
Okay. Makes sense.
Papa John's is just average. It's good. You know, you can't. It just tastes like a normal pizza place. And Domino's, I wouldn't even rank them before. Nowadays, their crust is a little bit better with the garlic salt that they
just
put
imagine
on
you eating the crust only and throwing away the pizza. You're like, stupid.
But to me, it still has the consistency of cardboard.
The cardboard. That is so interesting.
That's why it's at the bottom.
Okay, so I went, and I can appreciate where you're coming from. I think I'm going to be the voice of the people here. So, Domino's.
All you Pizza Hut lovers out there, you need to back me.
So Domino's had two things going for it for me. The first was they always had my back on prices, especially when we were in college, and I didn't know.
They were doing you a solid.
They were doing me a solid, and I didn't know. So here's the thing: when you're younger, you don't think about money and pizza size. You don't really fully grasp the concept. You just think, oh, a small pizza for $5, a medium pizza is like $10. Why would I pay double for just like an extra 2-inch pizza? But you don't realize that 2 inches is across the whole pizza, and it's only the good stuff. You're not getting the crust, right?
An extra 2 inches is always good.
So Domino's always had me on price, and they also came out with the app.
Extra 2 inches. Yeah.
That's right. And they had the app, which was a huge saver for me because, frankly, I can't deal with fast food people. It's just
What do you mean, like the people who work at the fast food?
Having worked there, I've seen it firsthand, and having ordered there, I've seen it firsthand. I'd rather just roll dice with random orders and just see what comes up. Because
the opposite for me, I'd rather deal with people because I'm at the drive-thru looking at it, and then if something's wrong, I'll be like, "This is wrong."
That's true. That's true.
I'm the pain in the ass customer that's waiting and holding everyone behind me as I check my bag for stuff.
That's true. So I have a funny story about KFC, which is in another category. It's in the miscellaneous category, which we'll get to.
Okay.
But a funny story. So last or 2 New Year's Eves ago, maybe last New Year's Eve, we was with a friend, and we all went to KFC. And their KFC is a little bit far, so it was quite a trip to get there. And we all ordered our own meals, and by the time in the drive-thru you ordered all the meals, it was like a cluster. Everyone had their own combo with the sides swapped in and out. It was a mess. All right?
Okay.
They give us the order, and the first thing they give us is the bucket with 20 pieces, and immediately I know we didn't order this. All right? So I'm like, okay. And then, because I'm sitting in the passenger seat, they just keep giving me food, and I'm like, none of this is what we ordered. But when I'm looking, I'm like...
As in, like, it's way more food than...
Exactly. I'm like, I'm doing some mental math here, and I'm like, a 20-piece bucket plus 2 things of fries. I'm like, we're making out here. Maybe we should just drive away. But one person in the car was like, I want chicken fingers, and we don't have chicken fingers. in the thing.
So they had to complain.
So we went back into the KFC, and I thought it was going to be a big deal. First, two things. One, I thought they were going to say keep the food, we don't take it back. They took the food
Right.
back and they threw it right in the garbage. So
Wow.
we should have just kept the food.
Yeah.
And the second thing was when I told them the order was completely wrong, the lady literally looked and said, "Kevin, you gave the wrong order out again." As if it's just happening all night. Yeah, just happening all night. So yeah, that's my experience with yeah. All right, so I rated mine Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, mainly because I like Domino's. They got the app, which was huge for me, and that's pretty much what
Right.
sealed the deal. That's why I went there. Papa John's, it's just like a bad Domino's. And then Pizza Hut, I would have rated it higher, except I cannot physically eat Pizza Hut anymore without just crumbling to the floor. Like my stomach, this literally. Okay, the last time I ate Pizza Hut,
It's all that grease. It tastes so good, but
the last time I had it, I really wanted stuffed crust, and Domino's doesn't really do. I don't even think they do stuffed crust.
I feel like they.
Maybe, but I really wanted it, so I went to Pizza specifically for it, and I was with a friend, and we were eating it, and she's like, "This stuffed crust is like pretty good. Why don't we get stuffed crust all the time?" And I was like, "I don't know. I love stuffed crust because you could dip the crust in the sauce. It was a whole thing, right?" Right after I ate, I was like, I know why we never eat here. Because my stomach was challenging me to get home in time. It was like, I dare you to get in the car and make that 10-minute drive home. I dare you.
Oh wow!
And I was like,
Did you actually take the dare? You said you're on.
have you looked at a bathroom in a fast food place? I took that challenge, and I was like, challenge accepted. Oh, you're like on the car, just crunched.
That's the time you dread red lights the most.
Oh my god.
This is
I
the
know.
long
I know.
red light.
And I would say that I'm a pretty conservative driver. And one of the most dangerous things on the road is when you have a naturally safe driver driving fast. Because fast drivers, though they are generally unsafe, they're not dead yet. So
Right.
they've made it through.
Know how to drive unsafe.
Yeah, they've made it through enough.
Unsafe driving.
Exactly. A regular driver like me, I'm just like, I'm going through this red light and let's just pray. You know? And just go.
Drove through red lights.
Well, yeah, well, of course. If it's yellow and you know
Oh,
you can't make it, you're like, we got to gun it. And you just gun it.
Can you imagine if you got pulled over by the cops? You're like,
I'd just be like,
"All right, I'm gonna make them follow me.
they'll follow me home. They'll realize when I get home what's going on. All right, let's go to the next category. Another one. I tried to keep it only to a few in each category because there's so many fast food places. All right, the next one is your internet's kind of chopping in and out. I'll wait half a second.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
I guess I'll have to take it. All right, perfect.
No, go for it. Yeah.
All right, so we got classic McDonald's, their competitor Burger King, and the female entry to the category, Wendy's.
Okay.
So how would you rate these three? And I'll mark them down here.
You'll mark them down? Okay. So this is where the bias starts coming in.
Okay.
Wendy's is at the top.
Okay. Another one that I don't think people will even look at you the same anymore.
I love. Okay, I'll explain.
Okay.
Then it goes McDonald's, and then
Okay.
it goes Burger King. And it's weird to say that Burger King is known for their like flame broiled burgers, but there's a reason I don't go to Burger King, and it's just because they're known for burgers and they're just mediocre burgers.
That is true. That is true. Nobody goes to Burger King and it's like, I can't wait for a Burger King burger.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna taste like I grilled it.
Hungry, and along on the way is a. I'll stop.
It's gonna taste like I grilled it on the grill, right out back.
Sure.
So why Wendy's? What's with this Wendy's fixation? Because that's not common.
Wendy's is because they add mayonnaise as a topping on their cheeseburger.
Which, let's take a time out here. That is the proper way to do it for hamburgers and cheeseburgers.
That's right.
For
That's
those who
right.
haven't had it, mixing mayo with ketchup just in general is better when it comes to this type of food. Barbecue food, fast food. Most people will be okay with that. And Wendy's, hands down, starts with that.
That's right. You need that extra fat. right on top in your condiment.
Oh
So
god.
not only do you need the fat of the burger, but you need the fat of the condiment. Yeah.
True. And they don't.
Mustard's too healthy. So-
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And that's right. McDonald's is in the other camp. They go ketchup mustard.
They go ketchup mustard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As if we're eating
Once
a
you
hot
get a Big
dog,
Mac, and then they'll put that special sauce,
which has mayo in it, which is right
which
there.
has mayo in it. Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's why. And then you know,
Wait. So
McDonald's-
before you go down the rest of the list, do French fries fit in anywhere? Because I know for a lot of people, burgers are important, but there are a vast majority of people who could just eat the French fries at some of these places.
Right. So in terms of taste, McDonald's has the best fries. In terms of the after effects, McDonald's has the worst fries. I could taste those fries in my mouth for hours
Oh.
afterwards. Wendy's probably has the healthiest. They feel almost like real potatoes.
Yes, I think they are the ones with the most potato and the least fry.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and again, Burger King. My fries weren't really memorable. I'm Burger King.
Oh
I'm throwing you
no.
a lot of shade.
Don't worry, Burger King, I got your back. We have a reverse sweep here again. Don't worry.
But yeah, Wendy's is my favorite, and there's a reason I go pretty much once a week.
Okay. Once a
So-
week. So they probably know you there.
They do. They know. Not only do they, as soon as I put in one part of my order, the lady knows already what to finish my order.
Really?
Yeah, she'll say, "Hi, Steve. Do you want, a 6-piece spicy chicken nugget?" And just goes down the list of everything else that I need.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. Thank you. I
Wow.
get the same thing every time. And
So you get that homey mom and pop feel at Wendy's.
That's right.
That's
right.
also-
Mom and pop shop.
That also mom and pop.
That's
So
right.
I have a reverse sweep for you. I don't think that's the real word for it, but reverse.
Okay.
I put Burger King at number 1 for
Okay.
their original chicken sandwich. I think every
We're talking about burgers.
we are,
Chicken
but you
sandwich.
cannot have this conversation without that sandwich. That's really
Right.
all they're good for is that sandwich.
I will say the chicken sandwiches are good. They used to have this crispy chicken sandwich at Burger King when I was in college. I used to get it. I used to go to a different campus. It was called Bush Campus once a week, and there's a Burger King there at the campus. And every time I would go there, I'd get a crispy chicken sandwich at Burger King because that was the best
Yeah, it was good.
at the time.
So I have. So they're not in this category. But I put
Oh.
Burger King first for that. I actually like their fries the best. I think McDonald's are too thin, and Wendy's are too
Okay.
thick. And I know you don't really eat fries that much, but I love French fries, so that's a big part of my meal.
Okay.
And I could just survive on the chicken sandwich French fry combo like every day. I could live on that.
But
I'm with-
This is supposed to be burgers.
Yeah, but
You were gonna put chicken in this other category.
I did, but you
next.
can't.
And somehow you're talking about it right now.
Because Burger King's chicken sandwich is better than Wendy's hamburgers. It's just that good. But I think you're right. I never really liked the Whopper. I think it's too big for the type of a burger.
Right.
Their
Too much
bread is
bread.
always the bread is always weird. So I put Burger King first. I do like their burgers though. I'll be honest. I do like the taste of them. I can taste the charbroil spray they put on or whatever they do.
Quote unquote. Yeah, the
Yeah,
charbroil spray.
yeah, they probably just like it's like Pam or whatever these right on
Sure.
top. They get those grill lines like and then they
Is that how it works?
I think so. I put McDonald's number 2 mainly because McDonald's has everything. They're kind of mediocre at everything. And then
Okay.
Wendy's I put last only because Wendy's to me is very narrow. I do think Wendy's has the best tasting burgers, and I don't know if it's because they keep them fresh and they don't freeze them, or if their buns are buttered. Like they do a lot of little things there. At Wendy's, they give
Right.
you lettuce on your sandwiches. Their burgers are just the best of the 3, but the total package, I don't really like the fries. That's another thing. I don't like their nuggets, and I know you like their nuggets,
Oh,
which you
Wendy's
didn't even
nuggets.
mention.
We were talking about burgers.
It's the whole
You
restaurant. Oh, I said
stopped
restaurant. It's the whole It's the whole fast food store.
The whole fast food joints. Oh, I still would put Wendy's way at the top there.
Right.
Because
I figured,
chicken,
yeah.
especially the spicy chicken nuggets. Oh my god, that's
So
good.
didn't they? And as a guy who doesn't eat those at all, or the regular chicken nuggets, didn't they have a period in which they stopped selling the spicy nuggets and like there was an
They did.
outrage and people were like demanding it, so they came back?
Yes. Yeah, but they know how to market. They know if you just withhold this key product to the people,
Ooh.
then as soon as you reintroduce it, everyone's gonna flock to
Yeah.
Wendy's to get the spicy chicken.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil our next category, but I will say there is another fast food place that does that all the time to us, and I hate them for it. but they are good.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to the next
category.
category. Let's go to the next category here. So this is the miscellaneous, and yeah, when you rate these, try to group them all like full experience. You know.
Okay.
So so
Okay.
if it's
This is wait, total restaurant now or
okay, let's
thing?
be generous here. Fast food store.
Fast food store. I'm sorry.
Fast food store. If they want to become a sponsor, well, we could change it up a bit. But
We'll call you a restaurant.
but when I walk in there, nobody seats me. You ain't a restaurant. nobody greets me. Not even yeah. So yeah, total thing. And if even if it's narrow, but you like it. Like for me, Wendy's was narrow, but they're good at what they do. I just don't really like the things that they also serve. That's still a good reason to rate it high.
Right.
All right. So we got 4 in this category. I couldn't keep it to 3. I figured we had to do one of everything. So we got KFC.
KFC.
And if I included KFC, I had to include Popeyes. Now, I know you and me don't eat a lot of Popeyes, but
I used to.
Yes, I figured we had
I
to.
used to not eat a lot of Popeyes.
Okay, so you've had Popeyes. When I was in Philly, there were a lot of Popeyes, so like I did eat a lot of Popeyes. No, very few
Right.
KFC, oddly enough. Subway, which is very big nowadays. We had to include it, and then
Does that really count as fast food? I guess so.
oh, definitely, it's not fast. But when I say fast food, I think when people say it, the word, like the Urban Dictionary definition would be food that tastes of a low quality. Like it's not meant to be quick. Right? It's not like quickie food. It's fast food.
Right.
And the last one, yeah, exactly. And the last one is Taco Bell. I had to include Taco Bell because it's up there. I already see you grinning. I don't want to give away anything, but I know these aren't all balanced in terms of deliciousness. But I had to make sure that I covered all of our bases because outside of the ones that we've talked about for the 3 pizza places, the Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, and then these 4, I don't really believe there's a big chain. There's little ones like Panera you could almost count, but they're not really in the same category.
That's definitely a restaurant.
Yeah. I think those are
Or a cafe.
I think they called themselves something new now. They don't want to be called fast
bistro.
food. Yeah, whatever. All right, so I'm ready for your rankings.
Okay. Without any hesitation, and I'm sure you know already, Taco Bell is
Taco Bell?
way at the, like
Okay.
no holds barred at the top.
Okay.
It's neck and neck with Wendy's in terms of best.
But we
fast
didn't
food
get there
joint
yet
overall.
to the
Oh, I
ultimate
didn't know that
comparison.
was gonna be your.
Don't worry,
on-set.
we'll get there.
Okay. All right, so Taco Bell way at the top.
Okay.
It's weird because you say overall fast food quality. I only get the same thing every time I go there because everything else is kind of eh.
But if that one thing is
Like
good,
the bean burritos, they end up having too much beans.
oh
inside.
yeah. But if that one thing is good, it's worth it to be number 1. Like if you would get that one thing over everything at another restaurant, then I'm sorry, this one's
Yes.
better. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Okay.
the best things at Taco Bell are chalupas. Of course,
Chalupas.
it's a deep fried gordita.
Okay.
And the Crunchwrap Supreme. That's
Also
another
good.
one. Because you got like a crunchy taco that's flat inside
Yeah.
of a tortilla. You know,
Nacho
soft
cheese
tortilla.
and beef. It's
yeah,
good.
filled
Yeah.
with beef and nacho cheese
Yeah.
and lettuce stuff. Those are the best things. And crunchy tacos, Doritos Locos tacos. They're
Right.
And nothing is as good as Taco Bell hot sauce. None of the condiments in any other place is on par with Taco Bell
Is there
hot
a
sauce.
certain flavor that you get, sauce level?
Fire,
Fire.
fire.
Where is that on the echelon of sauces? I don't like any of their
It's the
sauces.
second. It's the second spiciest
Okay.
sauce. Although I find it spicier than their highest, which is Diablo.
Okay.
But Diablo to me tastes like it's smoky. It has like a
Yeah, I think
smoky
I've had that one. It's
flavor
almost
to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a darker sauce
So
too.
that's what. Yeah, it's a dark sauce. So that brings it below fire. But the
Okay.
fire is like the perfect vinegar,
Okay.
tomato-based hot sauce for Taco Bell. Okay, so you put two chicken places,
Yep. And Subway.
Popeyes and um, KFC, and you didn't put Chick-fil-A in, which is
Oh, I should have included Chick-fil-A. Let's include Chick-fil-A. Good idea. I
include
completely
Chick-fil-A.
forgot. I completely forgot. Chick-fil-A. Put it
Okay.
in there.
Just say we have three chicken places, Taco Bell and
That
Subway.
changes my order now. Oh man.
Oh, you
All
gotta
right.
be
All right. Go ahead.
good thing I'm going first.
Yeah.
So second place is going to be KFC.
KFC.
Their chicken, if you get it extra crispy,
Is that a possible?
is yeah, you can tell them it's like an option. You can tell them to do extra crispy. It ends up being less oily because
Did
if
you
you just
put-
do the original, then it ends up being filled with grease because they just do like a flash fry
Yeah.
basically. But you want it there for a long time, and then it becomes extra crispy, and the grease isn't able to like stick on there, so you won't have the skin falling off the chicken. And that skin on KFC is probably the best
It's
thing
good.
in the world.
Okay.
You can almost just if they just made that in like a chip
Like a
form,
chip.
just eat, yeah, a chip that's just KFC
KFC
chicken
skin chip. But they wouldn't call it that. They'd call it KFC crunchies.
Yeah, KFC.
Give me a medium crunchies and sweet potato to balance it out.
Yeah, we're giving KFC some pointers.
That's
here,
right.
even
That's
though
right.
they're coming up with their own crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Donut chicken sandwich.
Yeah, they're going the wrong direction, let's just be honest.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But really, what sets KFC apart is their sides. Their sides are really good.
Yeah, they have good sides. And
They have
sauces.
great macaroni salad. They have great mashed potatoes and gravy. So good. Not a big fan of biscuits. Those things are dry. I'll give them to whoever wants them. But yeah, so overall quality, and they have the KFC bowls, which is the
Those are one of
layering
my favorites.
Yeah, the popcorn chicken's so good. Oh yeah,
That's an original. Yep.
KFC's at the top. Unfortunately,
Okay.
my family and I we don't really eat KFC anymore.
It's not close.
We had one bad experience with KFC, and
Oh
that's it.
no.
But sometimes I'll sneak KFC myself, you know. But so next on the list is going to be Chick-fil-A
Okay.
on the list. Just because the chicken quality at Chick-fil-A is better. Like the
Right.
chicken nuggets that they have there are good. They have the option of just having grilled chicken nuggets, which seems absurd to me. I'll forget that.
Yeah.
But
Well, also, and
to have
remember,
that option, you know.
yeah,
in case
and
you
you're
get-
not a fry guy. So,
right.
for those people who like Chick-fil-A for their waffle fries, which could be said in certain circles that those are the best French fries of all the places.
Oh wow, I've never had the waffle.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I
you've
always
had
just go for chicken.
well, you've had
So
the
what ends up
Chick-fil-A
happening-
sauce,
I've had the Chick-fil-A.
the
sauce,
honey
also
mustard
really good.
mayo combo.
It's like a honey mustard mayo.
Yeah, they know how to fatten it up.
Yeah. Again, if you want to make your thing taste good, add some more fat like mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It tastes better that. But yeah, so overall quality of chicken, Chick-fil-A is there. In terms of they don't have as much selection, which is why KFC tops them.
Yeah.
And then Popeyes is the most limited in terms of what's available, and so they're next on the list, right below Chick-fil-A. They pretty much only had a few selections to choose from. But what's really redeeming them at this point is that
That chicken
Popeye
sandwich.
spicy chicken sandwich. Man, oh man, though. That is by far the best chicken sandwich out of any fast food joint.
Wow.
Yes, it really is good.
I
There
should
was
try
a
it.
giant craze that everyone was going after that chicken sandwich.
That was some good viral social marketing there too.
I think the I don't think they had anything to make a chicken sandwich.
It was just a good
Um,
chicken sandwich.
yeah, I guess the only thing that was good for them was that they did stock, and then everyone was going crazy.
That's right.
There was no more.
I actually never got to try one, even to this
See,
day.
exactly.
Well, because
To
what
this
happened?
day,
Well, because the hype died out, and I was just like, if it was really good, I'd still hear about it.
well, everyone's had it at this point.
Yeah. So
you know,
how good is it?
it was very good. It's very
All right. And what? Subway's your
good.
last?
Subway's the last, just because it's a sandwich joint.
Ugh.
If I'm gonna go for fast food, I want something more than a sandwich.
Okay.
And there's plenty of better sandwich shops, at least here in the sandwich shop capital of the United
Sure.
States, New Jersey. We got Wawa's, Jersey Mike's.
Do they do
They make
blimpies over there still?
Blimpies, yeah. Yeah, it's still around. All of those are much better
Yeah.
than Subway, and so that's why Subway near the bottom of my list. I used to just go to Subway if,
There's nothing else.
yeah, there was nothing else. It used to be on campus
Yeah.
at Subway then.
So we are getting close to time, but I think it's okay if we go a little bit over because I want to finish this up and then also go through the finals of our little competition here.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
give us your listing.
Okay,
first.
so I got Taco Bell
Wanna go
first.
brief?
I think
course.
Taco Bell has just a crazy variety. All right, the foods you mentioned are good. I don't even get those, and I still am happy. So we get completely different orders, yet we still both rated it number one. It kind of says something about the place.
That's right.
So I get the quesaritos, which is the burrito wrapped without beans, wrapped in a quesadilla. Genius. And then I usually get like a griller, like they'll have the beefy griller, which they put
Right,
beef,
that's steak and stuff,
nacho,
right?
yeah, or steak, nacho cheese, and then Fritos in it. Great.
Oh yeah.
It's very good. Or if I'm feeling a little fatty, I'll get their version of French fries, which is the potato griller, which is so good but so unhealthy.
I thought you were gonna mention their nacho fries, which they
Which
put
which
on and off.
which are good, and
in a minute.
and yes, that's how they tease us. Those damn Taco Bell people. But
That is who you're referring to.
that's right. But the potato griller is what are those French fries called that come in squares? Not tater tots.
Like hash browns, but like
Yeah.
home fries, basically.
Yeah, kind of like that. So those square tater totty
You get
potato.
one at like breakfast place.
Yeah, so that with Steve's favorite mayo, with nacho cheese, with bacon wrapped up.
Oh,
It's
very
just,
good.
it's really good. It's all-
Nothing screams Mexican food. Like mayo, bacon, and potato.
All right, so that's my number one. My number two, I put Chick-fil-A. I live right next to a Chick-fil-A. And if you take into account their French fries, it's a very strong contender. They do have the best French fries out of all the places. And I think because they're just so massive, like when you eat it, you're like, dang, that's a big French fry.
Now, are they just regular seasoning, or are they Cajun seasoning?
Oh, let's look. These are fast food, not restaurants, Dave. But yes, if you get like crab fries at some of the places around here, like when I took you to that crab place when they would season the fries, I do like that better. But
Okay.
I think that's a little much to ask for from a Chick-fil-A.
Sure.
That's an extra shake of the salt shaker with the Cajun shaker. I don't know.
Right.
But they have great milkshakes, great chicken sandwiches, and great fries.
Okay.
Like you said, they are very narrow. You know, I'm going there, I'm going to get a chicken sandwich and French fries. It's not like Taco Bell. You could say, maybe I'll have this today, maybe I'll have that today, whatever.
Right.
All right, then I put KFC, same as you. I think it's solid. Nothing really more to say. You kind of covered it.
Right.
Popeyes, kind of the same thing, except I haven't had the chicken sandwich. Popeyes just seemed like a worse KFC, and
Plus, you have
Popeyes.
to eat that chicken sandwich.
True, but I also take into account dipping sauces, which you didn't touch on. So
Right. I'm
KFC
not a
has
dipping sauce kind of guy.
that's a big deal, because I
Yeah.
dip my fries in it. I'll dip my potatoes. I'll dip my chicken. I'll just eat it sometimes. Like
Right.
so.
Just
KFC.
finger
Yep.
the sauce.
KFC has a honey barbecue sauce, which is like a honey mustard barbecue sauce, which is like the best of the two sauces. So like, yeah. And then last, I also put Subway. I didn't even want to include it on this list, but I felt like it's so popular and they have so many stores. How could we not? But to me,
Right.
Subway is really like going to a bakery and then telling them like, "Hey, can I have a baguette? And can you add
Make
a
it real
slice of
soggy.
yeah, can you add a slice of cheese and a slice of meat?" And then they slice it like paper, and they're like,
Yeah, I always have to ask for double meat because they put that like single slice of meat on everything, and you're like, "There's no meat in this."
"That's
sandwich."
right." They slice it, and I got last time I went, I got a 6-inch one, and they gave me 3 rings of meat folded, and they couldn't even cover the bread with the meat because it was like 1, 2, 3, just spaced out. And then the lady was like, "Oh, I'll fill the gaps in with lettuce," and you're like, "What? What am I ordering here?" So yeah, it's pretty low. I will say when I went to Europe, I had Subway in Spain and Madrid, and their Subway was excellent. They gave me what would be considered at least triple meat here as regular meat. And they also
As
had
it should be Subway, as it should be.
right, and they also had not just cold cuts. They had like mixed chicken. So I got the chicken teriyaki, which was like real chicken cut up with teriyaki sauce, and then they'd put cheese and lettuce, tomato on it. It was a real
That
good
sounds
meal.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. All right, so now we went over our rankings. I kind of feel like you're a wild card here. I don't really know what everybody in the world likes, but I do
Everyone
feel
agrees
like
with me.
your Wendy's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell is not as strong as my Domino's, Taco Bell, Burger King.
Oh,
So
what?
so now
I'm gonna choose mine.
so we'll have to when this goes live, we'll have to do some sort of a hashtag like
poll.
hashtag Team Jim, hashtag Team Steve or something to see. We'll see what the mass is like. But between your top 3 now, you're gonna have to rate them in order. All right.
Okay.
So between your top 3, which I'll remind you, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Wendy's, where do they sit?
It's gonna be no holds bar. Taco Bell is number 1.
Taco
Just
Bell's number
because of-
1. That was quick. You didn't even pause.
Yeah, because I used to think Wendy's over Taco Bell, but I always get the same thing at Wendy's. And Taco Bell, it is good to have like a variety.
Yeah, that's true.
So like you mentioned, that Wendy's is kind of limited, but what they make is really
Yeah.
and that's what puts them really high on the list. It's almost neck and neck. But
Okay.
Taco Bell, there's just so many choices. And
Okay.
Pizza Hut's last, just because the sauce isn't very good. But out of the fast food pizza places,
Yeah, and let's
Yeah.
also say you don't usually eat fast food pizza.
no, I'm Italian, so
You'll eat.
I'd
You'll,
rather have.
yeah, you'll
When
eat
I'm
it
in a
if
bind,
you'll eat it if it's there. There was actually
Yeah.
one time when we were at a friend's house and they asked like, "Let's get pizza," and I was sitting next to them when they were ordering on their phone, looking at the menu, and they were on the Domino's menu, and I remember saying to myself like, "I don't mind Domino's, but if Steve finds out they ordered Domino's for tonight, he's gonna be upset." Because they live near all different types of pizza places.
Yeah, why could you get like a regular pizza joint
yeah.
that is automatically going to be better than?
Yeah. So we ended up saving that day. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So
Thank
my
God you saw it and mentioned it.
yeah. So here's why I was on the fence of not mentioning it. Though the pizza wouldn't be as good, if they ordered Domino's has really good desserts. They have the brownie cookie It's a marble brownie cookie, which is amazing. I don't know what mad scientist in third grade made this, but he just said, let me take my two favorite desserts, cookies and brownies, and just bake them at the same time, see what happens. And it's glorious.
The best thing ever.
It's glorious. They used to have the Blondie there, which was my all-time favorite fast food dessert until they discontinued it. The marble cookie brownie is up there, but it's topped by the lava cake at Domino's. Their lava cakes are not only restaurant quality, they're up there with my favorite desserts I've ever had in my life.
What?
That's right. I would eat them.
I'd never eaten any desserts from Domino's.
Maybe that's why you hate them, you Domino's hater. Next time we hang out.
Get fast food for the dessert. I'm not looking forward to dessert before.
You are right, and I'll be honest, Domino's cheesy bread is just better than their pizza. So what does that say about your?
I agree.
What does that say about your pizza? So next time we hang out, I'll make sure I get us dessert. I'll have to get the marble cookie brownie, and here's the best part about those desserts. So you wouldn't know because you haven't had them. Both of them are small. Like it comes with 2 lava cakes, or it comes with a cookie brownie sheet, which is 9 pieces. They freeze really well. And then you toast them, it's like they're fresh. So even if you don't eat them all, no problem. Put them in the freezer. I'll have them every day.
Some leftovers.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll go over mine. So I have Domino's, Taco Bell, and Burger King as my choices. Right. And mine's a little bit tougher because I do order different things at all these places.
Yeah, so do we all. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to put Domino's as number 1. Look at your face! Oh my god! What an upset! This guy!
All the fast food! You pick Domino's!
So here's why. Here's why. Domino's is kind of like Europe. It went through a renaissance. Okay? These analogies are a solid B today. Domino's back 5-10 years ago got into things like bread bowls and sandwiches, which were great. Nothing I want more with my pasta is my pasta surrounded in bread. and they knew that, and they made that into a dish. And then they made these sandwiches, which I don't know why they were so good. They were incredibly greasy, but they were great. They made.
So you've had sandwiches and pasta
bread bowls.
Oh my goodness!
And the weird thing with the bread bowl is like, since the pasta's on the inside, you kind of eat some pasta, but then you're like, I could eat this bowl too. So you then take part of the bowl and dunk it in your pasta. It's so weird.
I like that for soup and my pasta.
That's
It
right.
Sounds like a good idea for pasta too.
That's right. So they have those. They had, and I cannot understate the efficacy of this app. This app tells you every stage of the process. I don't have to talk to people. I don't have to tip people. It's all in the app. I can say, leave my pizza at the door. They do it. These people will do anything to make me happy over there, including not talk to me. So
you go to any app, you can do that.
But they invented it and they crush it. They crush it. They have coupons in their app. So when you open the app, you don't got to look online for the coupons and enter the codes. No.
Uh-huh.
They're all there. So you want to have that specialty pizza deal, it's right there. So that and the desserts. They're pretty much the only fast food place I would even consider getting dessert from besides a milkshake.
My God. Right.
All right, number 2, I had to put, look at him shaking his head. I had to put Burger King.
Oh, Taco Bell at the bottom.
So here's the reason. Burger King.
We could be friends.
Burger King.
Bonded over so many Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's amazing, and I would pick Taco Bell all the time. And frankly, I have to pass Taco Bell to get to Burger King. But that shows how much better Burger King is. Where I'm willing to drive the extra 2 traffic lights. For those who don't,
traffic lights, better food.
That's right. For those who don't know where I live, and hopefully that's everybody. The area has Chick-fil-A bumped up against Applebee's, Taco Bell, KFC, into Wendy's, and then you hit a light. Then it's McDonald's, you hit another light, and then it's Burger King. So within a 2-minute drive,
Biggest strip of
yeah,
fast food.
a 2-minute drive, you can hit any place. So that doesn't seem like a big deal to most people because most people would just be like, oh, I'm interested in getting Burger King. I'm going to drive down there. You have to say, I want Burger King so badly, I'm passing all these other places.
Oh my God.
I put them up there because Burger King has great French fries, great sandwiches. They have passable milkshakes. And Taco Bell, well, when I say passable, I mean Chick-fil milkshakes were all kind of average. Burger King was the best by far. Burger King mixes toppings in your milkshakes, and they don't just like throw them in like here you go.
How do you eat toppings in a milkshake?
So when they give you
through a straw.
So when they give you cookies and cream milkshake, they take full Oreos and they blend it, which is like that's nice. Not only do you get the Oreo, but you get the Oreo cream. McDonald's is just like, you want some M&Ms? There you go. They throw it on top and they give it to you, and it's literally a milkshake with M&Ms on top. You can't drink that, right? But that was before I had Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is at a different level. Chick-fil-A, they use some sort of real milk in their milkshakes.
Some sort of real milk.
And my stomach can tell because when I have a Burger King milkshake, my stomach's like, I can handle that. A Chick-fil-A milkshake, it's like you have to have a small because there's real milk in here. And I put Taco Bell as last. Taco Bell, I don't want to downplay how good it is, but Taco Bell only had one good dessert, and then they took it off the menu, and I'll never forgive them for that.
Based on dessert. All your rankings are based on dessert.
As a connoisseur of fast food, Steve, you can't just have the meal. You have to have the whole experience.
Like you just go out for dessert.
Hey, I don't go to Taco Bell for dessert. There's a reason. But they had the caramel apple empanada, which was a great dessert. It was like a fried apple pie covered in caramel sauce. That was like, it was delicious. And there was no better way of ending your Taco Bell meal, which was generally savory and spicy with sweet, and it was just sublime. Now I have to go there. I can't get my empanada, and the empanada was small. So what am I going to get, another taco? I guess. Like, don't make me make that decision, Taco Bell. Don't put me in there. So, I mean, that's kind of where we stand. So, for those who are keeping track, and when we launch this, we'll put some sort of hashtag with it to see whose rankings they prefer. Steve's rankings.
World, you need to show that he is just dead wrong and vote hashtag Steve is right.
Yeah, we'll do hashtag Steve is right. We'll do. How about we do hashtag Steve Food Challenge, because that's kind of unique. And then
I need to show that I'm right.
Well, you're not right. And then we'll do hashtag Gym Food Challenge as the two hashtags. All right, I'll write it down. I'll write it down so we don't forget.
On the sensible side of things, and hashtag Gym Food Challenge if you are just dead wrong in life.
Okay. That's one way of putting it. But if you have any taste buds at all, you'll want to put Gym Food Challenge, and maybe even just to throw some shade. Not Steve Food Challenge hashtag. All right, so for those keeping track here, Steve's ultimate order was, and remember, these are categorical here, but it was Taco Bell, Wendy's, Pizza Hut.
Right.
And that would be hashtag Steve Food Challenge. And hashtag Gym Food Challenge would be Domino's, Burger King, Taco Bell. So when this launches, everyone go online, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Tag us too, of course. Tag us. I want to see what kind of vermin are on hashtag Steve Food Challenge. What kind of winners are hashtag?
You can also post you eating a fantastic chalupa, and just put hashtag Steve Food Challenge.
That would be awesome, actually. Yeah. and if you're having a lava cake from Domino's, hashtag Gym Food Challenge.
Again.
Dude, it's so good. You know what we're going to have to do? You and me. We're gonna have to
We're gonna
have.
have to wrap it up.
We're gonna have to have. We're gonna extend this challenge where we will each eat the food the other one likes at the restaurants. I'm sorry, fast food joints,
Ooh.
and see if that changes their opinion to rank up
Okay.
or rank down. All right,
Sounds
but
like a
yeah.
good idea.
Thank you. Yep. So I know. Thank you for mentioning it. I know we're pretty much out of time, everyone. So thanks everybody again for joining. If you enjoy the podcast or the YouTube, please consider subscribing to us on YouTube. All of our handles are on the right side of the YouTube, but I'll just read them out for those in the podcast. On YouTube, it's at Creativity Level 0. Follow us on Twitter, which is at Creativity Level 0. And on Instagram, we're creativity_level_ with the 0 being the numerical 0. So thank you so much, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.